my goodness. Summer grilling season is officially here, and we are gonna kick it off with our #1 culinary brand from Chef Curtis Stone. It's the first time we've ever done a Food Today special from Curtis, and it's not just any food. This is going to be brand new and exclusive for you here. The juiciest, most flavorful, grass-fed, free-range Australian beef burgers. If I haven't got your mouth watering yet, you gotta stay tuned because we are gonna dive right into this. You have two options here. You can do a 12-pack, you can do a 24-pack. You can also choose single ship or auto ship on these. They're individually wrapped, they are flash frozen, they are good for a year in your freezer, but when you cook them up, wait till you see the juices that flow out of these. It is unbelievable. I will say your best value will be the 24-pack because we're doing a special today that once you spend $99, use that HSN card, we're gonna take $20 off the price point for you. So you could get 24 of these home today for $79.95, and that breaks down to about $3 and change per burger. So why are these so good? Well, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna sample, and I'm gonna let Curtis Stone do all of the explaining. Welcome to Lunch Rush.
Thank you so much.
I can't think of a better thing to have today.
Right, for the lunchtime rush.
Give me the backstory on these though, because this came from major requests from all of us here at HSN and you too at home.
Well, I have a butcher shop in Hollywood, California. I started as a butcher actually, as an apprentice, and then what I decided to do was open a little butcher shop because I love that craft of great butchery. Our job is to really find the best ingredients from all around the world. So we work with small farmers, we find the very best ingredients, the very best meats, and then we turn it into delicious things, right? One of those things that really caught on at the butcher shop were the burgers that we make. We have a specialty blend, and then what we do is we cook the burgers both in the restaurant, for lunchtime, and then of course we sell the burgers in the butcher shop. It went crazy. Everybody loves them, but we know it's a small little humble butcher shop in Hollywood, so we wanted to sort of join forces here with HSN to be able to bring all of our customers the most unbelievable grass-fed burgers. So this is an image of me out in the field with different farmers, and what I do is I go to all the farms that we purchase from. You can see that beautiful grass that those animals are roaming freely in. It's really important to me. I think grass-fed beef has the most unbelievable flavor. It also gives you just, you know, the most healthy option that you can possibly get.
Right, and to know what you're getting, because oftentimes at the grocery, you don't know the quality of the meat, where it's coming from, and we're gonna visually show everybody at home how the caliber of meat that you choose translates to what goes in my mouth and in my belly.
Right, look, I mean, this is a couple of our burgers, and I'm gonna cut them and just show you how fabulously juicy these actually are, right? So you can see them right there.
Look at
and have a look at just how juicy and sensational these burgers really are. So these are cooked medium, right? I think that's how you like it. Let me cut you a little piece here so you can have a taste.
Cannot wait.
Dive right on in.
Okay.
But,
are these already seasoned too when we get them?
No, they're not.
Okay,
and
so
we do that on purpose. You can do whatever you want. So just a little bit of salt and pepper is what I suggest. But you can see just how juicy and wonderful these burgers. How does it taste?
So good.
I'm going to join you. I can't stand to watch.
Oh my gosh, it's so juicy. That is like a steak you would get at a premium steakhouse, really.
Correct.
Now, tell me about the blend here and why that comes into play with flavor.
So if you come over here, I'll show you exactly. Oh, the flavor of that burger is so good.
It really doesn't need a lot.
What we do is we take whole muscles. This is a chuck, right? So this is one of the muscles that we would use. Now you can see all the gristle and the sinew and the fat all over it. What we do is we trim all of that away, right? And you're left with what's exposed, which is this beautiful, clean, lean meat. So we use the chuck, we use the sirloin, we use the brisket. We dice these whole muscles. We put it into our grinder. We grind through here. We have the very best. No gristle, none of that trim. And then what we do is we form them into burgers, right? You could see me there at Gwen literally hand forming them, and we've developed a process that gives you that. It's not tightly compact because that's when you get a burger that kind of feels tough. It should really melt in your mouth, and that's exactly what we do.
Each.
5 ounces each. You're getting all 24 of them. Now we pack 12 of them into one of these boxes. Beautiful little box. It's kind of like getting a gift. In fact, we've had customers gifting these because you can send them to other people as well. Then it goes into the poly box with the dry ice. They arrive to you frozen, solid as a rock, right? Then what happens is you put them straight in your freezer. They come to you on the dry ice, and because they're individually packaged, you pull it out whenever you're ready. To defrost it, you could just take it out of the packaging. You can cook these from frozen, by the way.
I wanted to ask you about that, how you do that.
You sure can. We also give you all the instructions and recipes in the box with it. So you can cook it from frozen, or you can take it out of the packaging.
And shelf life?
Let it defrost. 12 months in the freezer.
Nice.
All of this comes 100% guaranteed before the 4th of July, which is a big game changer for you, right? So Matt's showing you how we're cooking them over here. You can cook them from fresh, which I'm doing right here, right? By the way, we have just a couple of hundred left of these double burner grill pans, so if you wanted to get some of those,
you can fit
you still can.
So much on that. Oh my goodness.
So you know, you load them up like that. So I'm cooking them from fresh, Matt's cooking them from frozen, just to show you that you can do both. Some people are going to prefer it one way or the other, but if you have a look here, look, see how frozen that still is?
You literally just dropped it in frozen.
You drop the whole thing in frozen, and then what that enables you to do, you grab one of these grill presses, you push it down with one of the grill presses, which is a cool way to do it, because then you get in even stronger contact, which means you get in even more caramelization.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Once the burgers turn, if you want to add cheese, go ahead and add the cheese. That cheese is going to melt and be sensational. If you don't want cheese, that's fine too. So I'll show you again. We've got these.
How these don't shrink up when you're cooking them too? Like, what are the types of things we should look for in a quality? These are like those artisan craft burgers that you would spend $18.50 somewhere.
Well, $17.50 is what we sell them for. Now, if you see how juicy this burger is, the reason it is that juicy is because we use whole muscles, right? We grind the fat through the beef. So you're getting this beautiful, the reason it tastes like that incredible steak is, again, I mean, have a look. I can literally show you the juice just pouring out of those burgers. Now, if you were to sort of fill this full of gristle and fat and cheap offcuts, then that is when you get a burger that is dry. I mean, look how juicy and wonderful they are. Here you are. I'm going to cut you another little taste.
One more. You know, there's so much flavor too when you're already starting off with good quality meat, right? You don't have to drown it in sauces and seasoning and.
Correct. If you want to use a dry rub, of course you can.
Oh my gosh. So tender too.
Isn't it so wonderful? It really does melt in your mouth, and that's our goal.
Let me show everybody what your choices are, because they have a bit of a hold right now. If you're on the line, we see you there, but you can go to hsn.com. You can also use our app if you don't want to wait in line. Free shipping, by the way, on all of this, which is unbelievable. 5 flexible payments. You just choose. Do you want to get 12 or 24? And you can also choose if you want single ship or auto ship. Auto ship means you lock in this price point. You can customize how often you're receiving these. Remember, they're individually wrapped and packed. They come to you on dry ice, ready to be popped in your freezer for 12 months. If you are picking these up, I would say the 24 is definitely the better value for you. If you're using a flex payment on that, $19.99 will get them home. And by the way, use your HSN credit card, because today we're doing a special. When you spend $99, use that credit card. We're taking $20 off for you. So you can get 24 of them home for $79.95. That comes out to $3 and change per burger. So there's the code for you, 186792. Use that when you check out, and you can save right away $20 off the cost.
Now, I just want to bring to your attention, I've got a few other things up here. This is a whole food day that we're doing here at HSN. I've got barbecue chicken breast. We've marinated those for you. So you see these, you're taking home 8 6-ounce barbecue chicken breasts. I've got pork chops. This is a citrus and black peppercorn. 6 of the 6-ounce pork chops. We've also got bratwurst, which are just so fantastically delicious. So I know you're picking up on the burgers. I know they're wildly successful, but I also want you to see some of the other food that we've done.
Think about your 4th of July barbecue. You get these home in time. I love individually packed. You can take just what you need.
Yeah.
They're the juiciest, most flavorful burgers, and it all comes back to the quality of what you're getting, knowing where it comes from. Why does grass-fed matter?
Well, grass-fed's important because you know, to me, it's the most natural way for the animals to be existing out in nature, right? They do lots of exercise when they're grass-fed because they're constantly walking around eating the grasses. There's a rising plane of nutrition, so it's a very healthy way to treat the animal. And to me, if you're going to eat beef, you want to make sure that you're eating healthy beef, and this is the most guaranteed way to do that.
And no additives, no antibiotics.
No antibiotics, no growth promotants.
Preservatives, none of it.
I always think things through the filter of my children. I've got 2 little boys, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to eat something that I wouldn't be happily serving to them or serve something in one of my restaurants. Now, have a look at this. We've got the top one, which is sort of a bit more well done, the bottom one, which is a little rarer. But have a look at how juicy they both are. It doesn't matter how you cook these burgers, they still remain just as juicy and fantastic as before. You know, I mean,
oh my
again,
gosh.
look at that. It's just so fantastically juicy. Okay, and that's the difference.
You're a Michelin star chef, which congrats for that, by the way, but I'm curious, your best tip for cooking burgers?
My best tip for cooking burgers is to make sure you have a nice hot pan. If the pan's really hot, and that's why I was showing you over there on our double burner grill pan, see what's happening. You're getting that caramelization, right? Another little tool, if you really want to get professional, here's something that you can use. It's called a grill press, and that will just give a little bit of weight to that burger. The other thing that you might want to take a look at is this guy.
And there's the info on your screen, by the way, sorry, for the grill press, if you want to pick that up.
Sure. Now, this is a probe thermometer, right? Now, you'll see it's not lit up at all, right? Why? Because the battery's flat? No, it runs on kinetic energy, so all you do is give it a real quick shake, and then it comes to life. So if you want to know the internal temperature of your burger, you're going to go ahead, pop that in. I know 160 is well done, 130 is medium rare. We're still at 110 or 117 here, so I know it needs just a little bit longer. So this is another amazing tool to really up your burger game.
There's a full range you can check out. The tongs you've been using, your cutting board, the press, all of it. It's a great day to do it, and get yourself ready for this grilling season. I mean, now is the time, and if you want to get these home in time for 4th of July, you can absolutely do that. Free shipping, the price point is only for today. Use those flex payments and use that HSN credit card, because again, spend $99, use the card, we're taking $20 off. So you can really just maximize.
Even if you're going to a barbecue, if somebody else is hosting you, you can go ahead and send this to them and be like, by the way, you know, because people are always saying, what should I bring? You can go, you can send them the burgers. I mean, look how juicy and wonderful they are. You can send them the sides, because we're doing 3 sides here, which I think Rochelle was going to bring out for me.
Yeah, we're going to show that coming up.
Great. So, I mean, I'll show you this really quickly.
I'll just tell you, baked beans, cream corn, and potatoes. It's like all the favorites.
It's just all the amazing stuff that you need for the fall. So have a look here. You've got your baked beans, your cream corn, your mashed potato. All 3 of these arrive perfectly frozen, ready to warm. I call it heat and eat, because that's exactly what you'll be doing.
And they're already seasoned. And good. You just microwave it or put it on the stovetop,
You can microwave it, you can stick it on the stovetop. This is fire roasted with a little bit of fresh chili. The baked beans has some delicious bacon inside, and the mashed potato has just a hint of garlic as well.
And those are huge 32-ounce servings also. So if you've got a large group, or if it is a smaller group, it doesn't matter. You're going to be able to please everybody.
There'll be leftovers, and that's what you need.
The big star of the show, though, is these burgers. And you've been around beef and burgers and all that's pretty much your whole life. Right? And so you know good quality. For sure. Look,
my granny, Gwen, that's why I named the butcher shop after her. She sort of showed us what good meat was, because they were farmers. My granny and grandpa, they were market gardeners, and then they had, of course, their own animals too. But I mean, look at how juicy and wonderful those burgers are. Let me just run back over and show you the muscles again that we're using, because really when you're talking about a butcher's choice, you know, we know, because we're working with the meat all the time. Brisket, full of flavor, delicious flavor. Sirloin, this is actually, we were selling steaks earlier. We sold out of them, unfortunately. The culottes, they came from the cap of the sirloin. And then, of course, there's the chuck. 3 wonderful muscles. Why do we use 3 different muscles? They all have slightly different flavor profiles, right? What we do is we dice that. We stick it through the grinder. It comes out here. We then form it into these beautiful patties.
These are all handcrafted, too.
If you're going to one of these junk food joints, right, that sell burgers, and maybe they sell them really cheap, or even some supermarkets that, you know, maybe they're also selling really cheap burgers, what quite often happens is all of this stuff, all of the sinew, all of the fat, all of the gristly bits, they will go through the grinder. Now, if you grind that, it'll look like a decent burger, but when you bite into it,
you can tell
it's not going to taste
dry and chunky, and I mean, that's the difference here.
You're getting all 24 of these individually boxed up in here, and then they arrive to you 100% frozen.
They're rock solid.
That's how they'll come.
Flash frozen, sealed, so freshness and flavor and all of that is locked in for 12 months.
12 months they're good in the freezer for. They're individually packaged, so you can easily remove if you're cooking for one or if you're cooking for a dozen. You also get all the instructions.
What if you're using it for sauces? You can break them up in a pan. Like, you don't have to just think burger, but I gotta say, this is such a great value. I love that you finally brought us a Food Today special.
Isn't
it's like
incredible?
We've been asking, look at these burgers. You can't tell me you can get something like this at a fast food restaurant.
I mean, look how many you're getting. If you're cooking for the 4th of July and you've got 20 people coming over, you can get these 24 burgers home for less than $100. If you went to the grocery store and tried to do that, it would cost you a fortune.
Well, I did the math. It's $4 and change per burger if you do the 24 pack. I mean, that, for the quality that you're getting, that is really a big deal. I gotta ask you while we have the chance, do you put mayo on your burgers?
I'm not a mayo guy on burgers. I'm not. I mean, I'm not crazy about it, but you know, I'll go with the flow.
Curious.
Have a look at how juicy these are.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
And you can cook these from frozen or thaw them out if you want to.
Absolutely.
And I've heard oh my gosh, can you just look at your screen? It is lunchtime right now. If you're eating something that is not as juicy and flavorful as this, it's time to treat yourself and your family and your friends. And what a great way to stock up on the quintessential summertime barbecue food. I gotta grab one more for the road.
There you are, my darling.
I know it was fast, but I want to thank you for making me burgers,
you're so
Chef.
welcome.
Let's talk about your side dishes one more time while we have the opportunity, because you can pick up these 32-ounce servings. You get all three, the corn, the beans, and the potatoes, already seasoned to perfection for you.